Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We're on season 2 of Modao Zushi. I'm so excited. Oh man, last season finale, episode 15 of season 1, we left on such an interesting note. We went back to the present where Wuxian, who's in Shan Yu's body, is stuck there with Wangji in the cloud recesses where he should have gone all along. And man, going back and watching episode 15, I'm seeing that Wangji is trying to warn Wuxian. He's like, this whole path with the demonic arts, it's going to physically drain you and you're going to lose control of yourself. You're going to end up doing things you don't want to do. And Wuxian's like, Wuxian and Chang are on the same wavelength in the past at that point where they're like, no, we just want revenge on the winds. And I've been told by y'all to pay close attention to this new Yao character, that he's going to have some part in season 2. We just got like a screenshot of him, so I'm like, okay. But everybody was really excited in episode 14 that he showed up, and I'm like, interesting. But yeah, so I talked about it probably in the comments with a lot of you, and I talked about it a little bit in episode 15, but at the start of this series, I was like, man, Wangji, he's so stoic and kind of reserved and kind of just closed up and bottled up. And by the end of that season, to realize how much pining this man has done for Wuxian. Like, he was so worried that Wuxian was gone and was dead. And the part in episode 14 where Chao tells him that he's died and how distraught he looks. And then the part where he cries and turns away from Wuxian because he just can't take it. But the fact of knowing that Wangji has not only been pining for Wuxian, but doing so for 13 years since his death. So it's been longer than that. He's been holding up, and it's so sad because you think like he's been drinking all alone the Emperor's Smile and like using his little water Ouija board to try to contact him with the inquiry. And it's like, I've heard the pining is much more obvious in the Untamed, which has me really excited to get to it. This season's only 8 episodes long. I can't believe it, which it kind of makes sense. Because if you do the 15 episodes plus this 8, that's 23. That's like a normal season for a series. So it's kind of like you put the two together. And I've been told that a lot has been left out of season 2 because they had to rush some things with the production company and things like that. So I'm excited that after I'm done with season 2, whilst we wait on season 3, my plan is that while we're waiting on season 3 to come out, I'm going to be reading the novel and the audio CD, and then doing the Modao Zushi, the little Q series. And I might start getting into the Untamed while we're waiting. I might start getting into that. I've not decided yet. I'm going to see how much time it allows. But we're at least doing the little Q series, the like chibi series. We're at least doing that and at least reading the novel. So that's going to be a fun jaunt there. But yeah, this series, when I started out this season, I was like, I don't know, you guys are pretty intense about this show, and I get it now. Oh no, by episode 14, I was like, nope, I'm digging myself in deeper into the fandom, and I love it. So, Modao Zushi, I'm really excited about season 2, but I'm sad that it's only 8 episodes, and I've been told it goes through a lot quickly, and we still have things with the flashback to wrap up. We still have Yanli to wrap up. We haven't had baby Ling born yet. We still have that whole thing. We have Wuxian's death. We have all this stuff to deal with. So my guess is, going into the second season, that we're going to do much more of a blend. Like last season, the first 2 episodes were in the present, and episodes 3 through 15 were all in the past. So my guess is that this season, with 8 episodes, we're going to tie up everything that's left to talk about in the past with what's going on in the show in the present. So, and I like the idea that Wuxian, who's now in this other person's body, is getting to hear about what everyone else thinks happened. And he obviously knows because he was there. So another thing I like about the series is the idea of the unreliable narrator. Because the series has a lot of unreliable narrators. The townspeople are unreliable. Wuxian, to an extent, is unreliable. Chao is unreliable. Like, everyone that we've had as a narrator is not quite accurate 100%, which is how real life is if you think about it. We all have our own perspectives about things that have happened, and you can get eyewitnesses to testify when an event occurs, and those testimonies may be different in some ways. So it's hard to pin down like who exactly is the correct narrator. And I know the novel's from Wuxian's perspective, so we're meant to go along with him, but I think it's really curious what the show has done with taking this concept of unreliable narrators and kind of used it as a theme throughout. So yeah, I'm really excited, guys. I've held off. A lot of people were like, "Oh, did you just dive right into season 2?" No, I sat back and I rewatched season 1, and I do eventually want to rewatch episodes 1 and 2, knowing what we know now, and eventually that'll work out, I'm sure, on Discord or something like that. But I'm finally ready to dive into season 2, and I'm so excited. So I hope y'all are too. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for getting me into the show. I did not think I would become as invested as I am, but I'm starting to realize now why you all are like this. Because it's so good. Wuxian and Wangji. I just want Wuxian and Wangji to be together. And I know in the novel, I've heard it's a bit more non-censored. So I'm excited about that. But Wangji Painjing, Wangji knows that it's Wuxian. He has to know it's Wuxian in the body. He has to know that Wuxian's come back in Xichen Yu's body. He has to know it. Because he played their song on the flute when they met him. And it's just so there. Like, even though Wuxian's possessing this person's body, like, his personality, his soul is shining through. So it's like, I'm just waiting for the moment that Wangji tells him he knows it's him. And then it's going to be like, what do we do with this? So, and we don't want Chang. Chang thinks that it's Wuxian, but he doesn't have any solid proof to back it up yet, because nobody else believes him. So, I don't know, guys, but I'm so excited. So, without further ado, we are going to start Season 2 of Mo Dao Zushi, Episode 1. Thank y'all so much for getting me into the show. I'm so ready. And we are going to start Episode 1 here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. You guys, we're already at the next episode. Armageddon. Show, you did it again. You hooked me again. Okay. Oh man, this show was just like, oh hey, welcome back. Here's all the things happening. I love the idea of Wuxian and Wangji. Here will be fun. I love the idea of Wuxian and Wangji being like detectives and going after and trying to figure out the mystery of this hand. Because, yeah, it's like Wuxian says, and I know he's in Xichen Yu's body, but I'm still going to call him Wuxian because it's Wuxian. But it's like he said, it's all very coincidental, right? It's very coincidental that Mo Xichen Yu just happened to sacrifice his body to summon Wuxian back just around the time that this feral hand just happens to be in the area, and just around the time that Ning, the general, is showing back up. So they said he had treasures, right? They said that the Ling Patriarch's treasures, which I noticed Wuxian seems like, do we really call them treasures? They seem like problematic elements that we're going to tie back to the flashbacks here. I'm here for the treasure. And they're like the Yingling Patriarchs as a demonic cultivator. I naturally wish to find the Yingling Patriarch's treasure. So, and Wuxian's really distraught by that. So clearly these are 4 bad things. And the treasures, he says, legend has it that the ghost general, so Ning is a treasure of Wuxian's? How does that work? That's interesting, because the last time we saw Ning was when him and his sister were about to go on the battlefield. So I'm wondering how that works, if he sacrificed his life to save Wuxian and Wuxian just kept him around as a zombie. Because Ning would sacrifice his life to save Wuxian, because that's just how nice Ning is. So there's the ghost general, the tiger amulet, which we established at the end of the last season as being a very bad, not good thing that uses demonic energy, and we saw the resentful energy being used to basically just kill people automatically. Like, he was flat out knocking the winds out with it. The flute, the Chin flute, which is what he was using, and demonic manuscripts. Which I'm assuming is telling how to do everything. So, interesting. We know the general's wandering around now, so he's there. But I thought they established at the beginning of season 1 that he destroyed the amulet himself. He destroyed the amulet, and that's around the time that he died, because he didn't want the amulet floating around. And we don't know what's happened with the flute. and we don't know about these manuscripts, but Wuxin seems pretty sure that they're gone, or he's like, well, I'm not going to make it to where you can find them. And so I'm wondering if Wangji knows where they are as well. I also love that Wuxin keeps accidentally calling Wangji Lanzan. Like, he keeps almost saying his name, and then he's like, oh, wait, no, clan leader. We'll go back to that name, your honorable name. Yeah, we'll go back to that. Like, he keeps correcting himself, and it's like, Wuxin, you're not fooling Wangji. He knows it's you. He knows that you... If you coming in there using this resentful energy just like Wuxin with the flute wasn't a hint enough, but on the other hand, I'm guessing that around this time, it's been 13 years since Wuxin's died, so probably there's a lot of imitators that are imitating Wuxin, right? And so maybe they're using flutes as well. I like this warning of minors being accompanied by parents and watching his animation. Like, we didn't get that in the last one, and it was pretty gruesome. This episode was fierce, but it wasn't as gruesome as the other one was, I didn't think. Okay, so I backed up to the beginning here because they front load us with a lot of info. And a lot of this is tying back to the battle that season 1 kind of ended talking about. So Ni's clan, the Jin clan, and the Zhang clan all were fighting the winds, right? Tens of thousands of cultivators had stormed the Nightless City. And the fierce battle went on for several weeks. So it's been this big, giant, epic battle. And then Ruhan comes out. He's pissed off because Ni's killed his kid. And Chao's dead too now. It looks like he has like core melting hand powers, is what it looks like. And I thought that maybe in the last season they established that he gave the core melting hand his power too. I'm not for sure on that. But, yeah, okay. And then when I first saw this episode, I thought that was Wangji standing next to Chang, but it's not. It's Wuxin. And Wuxin's robes, they're gray, but the outer robe kind of looks like a wind robe, which I think is super ironic and super intriguing. It's the red and the black, but the outside robe kind of looks like a wind's. I'm just saying. Or maybe that's Wuxin. I was like for a second thinking maybe it's Ning, but no. And then, okay, so this guy storming up to fight Ruhan. I thought that was Ni, the guy that killed Zhu, his firstborn son. And Wuxin with the amulet, like the amulet just instantly killing people, like problematic, right? Okay, so this guy here that attacks Ruhan, head face on, I thought it was a Ni guy. I thought it was a Ni clan leader, is what I thought it was, because he has a sword, but... And then Ruhan catches his sword. Yeah, it is. It's Ni. It's the guy. It's the leader here. And Ruhan catches a sword and then strikes at him. Because him and Yao have very similar robes on. That's why it was a little bit confusing. And it seems like he strikes the Ni guy and he falls down. And then Wangji and the others start attacking him. And it looks like Xichen attacks him and is fighting him. Oh, so Xichen and Yao. Maybe this is Yao. Oh, and these two have known each other for so long that's why they're the brothers, the three brothers. Okay, so no, there's the one brother and Xichen that are attacking him at the same time. And Ruhan stops him. Okay, so Yao and this other guy are different. And so Ruhan stops him and thinks that he has the upper hand in it. Yeah, and he looks kind of like Chao when he does that. But then, this guy that disguises himself as a Wen, it's Yao. And he's the one that assassinates Ruhan. And yeah, when you see him fall, he like takes off the robe. And Ni and Xichen are there. And they look at him, and then he rips off the robe, and it's Yao, who's the younger brother, the third brother. Okay, that makes so much more sense. In the moment, I was kind of confused. I was like, wait, what? But it all makes sense now. And oh my gosh, this opening. I'm going to talk about it every episode, so I'm not going to dwindle too long on it. But y'all. So Yao is now the leader of the Jin clan. Right? Which is Ling's family. Because he has a little red dot on his head, too. So, and he seems nice, but the idea that he's an actor, he can portray that role, that makes me very suspicious of him. Very suspicious indeed. And it looks like he's been writing all these letters and doing things, but he kind of like brushes it off to Xichen. And I want Xichen to be safe because I really like him. He's Wangji's brother, and he treats Yao like a brother too. So you're sus. You're sus, Yao. You're super sus. I'm just saying it now. Don't spoil me, y'all, but I'm really suspicious of him. And I just want Xichen, because Xichen seems to trust him completely and really cares about him. But some of the stuff he's talking about is kind of suspicious, like him writing all the letters and not explaining them. And he's the leader of the Jin clan. And he's wanting to put up more of these towers, like 2,000 more towers. That's a lot of towers. And Xichen's like, you drew a lot of criticism at first for doing this. Why would you want to put up so many more? You're going to just get more criticism. And he's like, well, it's the right thing to do. And it's like, you're the leader of the clan that's notorious for being snobby and obsessed with money and wealth. And you're spending all this time and effort to build these towers. Okay. No suspicions there. And they've been quite effective the last 5 years, Xichen says. And he's like, why would you build more when they've been really effective? And he's like, it doesn't matter as long as my conscience is clear. And you've got my back, right? That's so sus. So suspicious. And he's the one with the bird. Yao is. So super curious. And the elder brother's passed away mysteriously. There's just a lot of things that are just, something's not right. Like right from the get-go in this opening, something isn't quite correct. And it feels out of place. The discussion conference for the arrangement. So that's what he's sending letters out for, this discussion conference. So I'm curious what that's going to be. I like that Wuxian was just going to sneak away with the wine and steal, like him and Apple were just going to take all Wangji's wine. Like, what a troll. Like, even after all these years, he's like, I'm going to troll Wangji one more time and steal his wine. It's like, oh my gosh, really? Ugh. And of course it doesn't work. And then the bath scene, like, show. And he's got more scars, Wangji does. And it's like, does he not realize that that's from before, or are these more recent? But, oh, Wuxian, you're not smooth. And I like that Wangji just, like, spits a little air leaf away while he's trying to steal a talisman. And so smooth, he just, like, whips his robe around. It's like, And I like how much taller Wangji is than Wuxian. Like, he's so much taller in this moment. Wuxian's like, what do I do? But it looked like he had the brand. Like he had a brand from the Wind Clan in the same spot where Wuxian had his. Now, I saw some fan art on Twitter that had an image of that, and I was like, why does he have that? I don't know, that's weird. Just drawing with us? I don't know. But now I'm like, if he went and got a tattoo, if Wangji got a tattoo to match Wuxian's brand, I'm going to lose it, guys. I can't. I don't know. I hope we get explanation about that. It seems like Wuxian has lots of catching up to do. But I love the battle with the musical instrument. Like, that was so cool. And then them trying to control this hand and keep it at bay. And, like, using both types of cultivation. Like, that was really cool. But, yeah, they've gone to this mysterious mountain. Because that's where the hand pointed to go to. So I'm curious, whose arm is it? First of all. Why is Ning messing around? It's just, things are suspicious. Things with Yao are suspicious. Things with this arm are suspicious. There's sus everywhere. It's like Among Us. Somebody's an imposter. Something's going on. And I just want our pining boy and our possessing boy to just figure it out together. That's all I want. I don't think that's asking for much. But oh my gosh, guys, this episode, we just dive into it, and it sets up so many things. The mystery's back, the intrigue is back, our boys. Yeah, why? And Wuxian has been brought back for a reason after 13 years, and I'm so intrigued. But you guys, we haven't even got through all the flashbacks yet either. So it's all, these next 7 episodes are going to be wild. I can already tell. And I'm so ready. But in any case, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for season 2. Oh, this has just piqued my interest. So we shall see. But in the meantime, I hope you all stay safe, take care, and I'll be back next week with more Modao Zushi. Bye.